closing more or less flat with a negative bias, but still just about flat. Let me take you through the gainers first. India Bulls, SBI Cards, Tata Consumer, Tata Chem, Info Edge also up about 5%, L&T Infotech, Bajaj Finserv saw a 4% move today, and Bajaj Finance about a 3%. L&T as well continuing to look good, as did the cement pack. Tata Steel saw some gains today. IndusInd was also up 2.5–3% as well. So those were the heavyweights. HUL, iShares also seeing a little bit of traction coming in today, and Bajaj Auto just a touch from the auto space. On the downside, the cool-off coming in primarily on IT and pharma, which was interesting to see after the kind of run-up we continue to witness. Wipro's down 7%. We had Mindtree, Tech Mahindra, then Infi also ahead of numbers. Cipla, Lupin from the pharma names also trending lower. Outside of that, pardon me, I forgot to mention of Coforge. That was also down 7%. So Wipro and Coforge were the two major ones from the IT pack. We also had NTPC down 4% today, and at Tata Motors, even though that also recovered towards the end of trade. BPCL also looking a little weaker. That's off Morgan Stanley's list, for instance. That one was down about 2% in today's trade as well. And then a minor correction in the likes of Maruti, HCL, Dr. Reddy's, Kotak Mahindra Bank, which was otherwise positive yesterday, and a spate of other names. Insurance names stood out, so that was a theme that we saw kind of take play out in today's session. We also saw some amount of action coming in on the likes of Lemon Tree Hotels, which was up 7%. Praj was up 6–7% as well. So interesting names in the broader markets. Gujarat Gas saw a good move coming in. Indiabulls Housing, I think I mentioned. Welspun was up 5–6%. Sterlite Tech, Alok Industries, JSW Energy was also higher by about 3% or so. Bharti Infratel had a strong day of trade. Hindustan Zinc from the metals pack was also strong in today's session. So we did see selective action from the metals names as well. So an interesting day of trade, CK. I mean, marginal on the index, cool-off in IT pharma warranted, but an interesting mix of stocks that also continue to trend higher.
Well, that is true, but the stock-specific nature of the market was anticipated in the morning, particularly for the gainer side, because the market started the day with a slightly bearish bias and retained that through much of the day. It was not until the last 30 to 60 minutes that you saw a very spirited rally emerge in the financial space. Now, if you look at the gainers today, you have a very, very eclectic mixture, but the surge towards the end has brought many of those financials name into the gainers list. So that may be a bit of a chimera unless there is some follow-through buying action tomorrow. So that is why I made that comment that I would want to be a buyer, whether it is Bajaj Finance or it is Axis Bank or it is Chola Fin or whatever. I would want to see whether there is follow-through price action tomorrow, because only that will tell me that the buying which emerged from lower levels today has been something of a larger nature. If it was just a mix of some adventurous buying or some big order which got completed, but which triggered a lot of shorts getting covered, then I don't think it would be worth entering. So if you leave that aside, then you have a stray Naukri which has moved up very well, and then you have Tata Consumer making a kind of a comeback. The really standout move, I think, today from the morning would be Tata Chemical, where it's been up from the morning, and that's a stock which one could believe has some very definite new set of buying going in. Other than that, I'm placed in a little bit of difficulty. L&T is something I mentioned earlier. Maybe that would improve a little, and let's see what the morrow brings for the financials. I think that would be the most interesting part for tomorrow.